Alachua County families with a voucher can pick up one of the 1,200 baskets prepared by volunteers at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. 600 families pre-registered for vouchers in October. Families without vouchers can wait in line after 6 p.m. this evening and take home a leftover basket. Long Foundation President Rodney Long says the baskets will provide needy families with a traditional holiday meal. City commissioners will remain in control after 60% of city residents voted against the idea of a broader independent oversight. City leaders say they can focus on having cost-effective and sustainable energy and water without outside interference.
In my opinion, there's a side that we should be on, and if you're on my side, and if you're on our side, the people's side.
University of Florida student Alexandra Lampner tries to live by this belief, creating a charity called Loaves of Love, delivering bread to nursing homes throughout Gainesville, working on political campaigns, and even registering people to vote. The registered Democrat wants to help others and intends to do so with her vote.
It's kind of more so about a moral revolution, something that's happening in the United States that's going to be in history books.
Lampner calls the 2018 midterm elections the most personal election in history. After working as an intern at a Democratic consulting firm in Washington, D.C. during the 2016 election, she was devastated at the results.
I think we should just all be really afraid of our political climate right now.
Placing fear and division over other qualities.
Modesty, awareness, interest, and compassion.
Values Lampner thinks are missing from some political leaders like the president. So this time around, she's supporting Democrat Andrew Gillum in his run for governor of Florida. And she's trying to bring about change conversation by conversation. Lampner's friend, Karina Krell, says she helps people to open their eyes to issues they would not see on their own.
She really pushes you to have those conversations, which is just a constant reminder of the issues in the world that, whether we like it or not, are happening all over the place.
The Miami native says that everyone has a reason to vote in this election, but is nervous as election day approaches.
This election hasn't happened yet. For all we know, there won't be a blue wave, and that is going to be really scary if it's true.
Tyla Martin, WUFT News.
I hear from a friend that she's a teacher in a public school. They cannot talk about Christianity.
Religious expression in public schools has been a controversial topic for years. Rita Pagan, a working mother, believes that private school does a better job of teaching religious expression, and because of that, they have a safer learning environment.
That's why right now we have all these kind of problems, all this kind of stuff that's going on in the public school more than the private.
Jackie Johnson, Director of Communications for Alachua County Public Schools, says there are many policies put in place to avoid any discrimination within the public school curriculum.
We also have a number of policies that talk about how we will implement our curriculum and be sensitive to religion so that we are staying neutral.
But even staying neutral does not stop issues from arising. Years ago, Dixie County was ordered to remove a granite monument of the Ten Commandments from the steps of the county courthouse in Cross City. The American Civil Liberties Union of Florida argued that the monument violated the separation of church and state. Johnson says there was even an issue with the local church years ago.
A local church that was sending students to school wearing T-shirts that were critical of Islam.
There was a lawsuit involved that the school board won. Following the lawsuit, policies were revised and more clearly defined.
They make it very clear that we don't present instruction with any sort of a religious or anti-religious bent.
Johnson says the school board prides itself on having an open and honest educational system and will continue to update policies as needed. Tyla Martin, WUFT News.
You know, we want everyone to have a good time, and we want everyone to be safe.
The IFC has put a ban on hard liquor at all fraternity events on game day at the University of Florida. Some universities have had these rules in place for almost 4 years now. Kappa Sigma fraternity brother Brett Burnett believes his fraternity is able to adjust to new regulations.
Since, the 1800s when fraternities started coming around, they've always been evolving. They've always been changing.
Hard liquor was banned in most fraternities in the United States last year, but this didn't include UF. Senior Haley Brandvon says she isn't used to hearing mass numbers of people being sent to the hospital on game day.
Didn't know that 8 is a really high number. I would be shocked even if I heard 1. I think that people need to be aware of how much they need to hydrate themselves during these games. It's really hot out.
Burnett says their usual routine is no more.
So for our average game day, we still do tailgates. We do not do hard liquor, but we found other ways to, adapt.
According to BuzzFeed, the new policy prohibits the presence of alcohol products above 15% alcohol by volume in any chapter facility or chapter event. Alcoholic beverages like beer, White Claw, and wine are still permitted at tailgates, with their average ABV being below 15%. Some Kappa Sig members recognize the importance of this change.
I think it's an unfortunate thing that has to be done, but it's necessary. I mean, as much as everybody likes to party, as much as everybody likes to tailgate, we do have to put certain sanctions to make sure that everybody stays safe at them.
Burnett is confident that UF will allow hard liquor at tailgates again if students can prove they are capable of handling large events. The rumor going around is that those hospitalized weren't involved in Greek life. Fraternities now find themselves asking whether they want to allow in a non-Greek affiliated person at future events. Tyler Martin, WUFT News.